Head to Safeway this week for these amazing deals for members. Mix and match 1 pound strawberries, a pint of blueberries, or 6 ounces of raspberries or blackberries for just $2.99 each when you buy 3. Exclusive digital deal on USDA Choice Boneless Beef Chuck Steak Value Pack or Roast Mega Pack, just $5.97 per pound. Limit 2 packages. Visit Safeway.com for more details. See you in the aisles.
So to him, that was it. It broke him. It pulled out the seed and everything that he was holding in. And he was like, you know what? I need you out of my house. And you are a slut. You are this. You are that. I hate you. I don't want you here. You have been lying to me. You're still seeing other men. You're still being a sugar baby after we got engaged. And I was just holding in the tears like, what is going on?
Welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, the #1 sugar dating podcast in the world, where we pull back the curtains on the good and the bad and the shocking stories of sugar dating. So today I have a guest. We'll bring her in a minute. She's actually on the younger side, and I don't know that I've had somebody this young guest on my show yet. So I have a lot of burning questions, but before we get to that, big news. I don't have details yet, but I can tell you right now, Sugarpalooza 7 is on the books. I have put the deposit down for 2 suites for the Bryan Adams Pat Benatar concert in Phoenix, Arizona, November 15th. So we'll have a mixer on the 14th like we normally do, and then the 15th will be the concert with the 2 private suites. Same deal as always, all you can eat, all you can drink, party bus to and from the location. I'm telling you what, that's a highlight reel in itself. And then we'll have an after party at my house, which will go to, I don't know how early in the morning. They seem to drag on. And then the Sunday, normally we'll have a brunch and just kind of hang out and relax and take people to the airport or wherever they need to go and say goodbyes. So we will have details coming soon. Look for it on the website, secretsofasugardaddy.com. There will be a party tab once I get the applications open. So we are giving away, I believe it's going to be about 30 sugar baby packages. Last party we had like 62, I think, total tickets. I had 3 suites. It was amazing. And I had a lot of sponsors, but we had like 18, 19 sponsors, and then the rest were the women that came free of charge, except for the transportation. You're responsible for that. But look for details coming soon. And then if you want to find out all the details before anybody else, we're going to throw that on our Patreon. We'd love to have you guys a member of our family there. And it's at patreon.com/Secrets of a Sugar Daddy podcast. Easy to find. I'll have a link to it at the bottom of this episode, and it's also on our website. We have a free option. We love our free members, and then we also have some tiers. It really helps support the show, and we do appreciate that. There are a lot of costs involved, and we give a lot of value, I hope and I think, and we're going to continue to step that up. There's some coaching and profile opportunities there where Lily behind the scenes is still working. I still pay her. Matter of fact, I just paid her yesterday. It's amazing like how much it adds up. When she sends me the bill, I'm like, damn, we need some more Patreon members. But we love doing it, and we love helping you guys be successful. So join us on our Patreon. Okay, I'm excited to bring in our guest. The reason I'm pretty excited is because at 19 years old, Lauren wrote me, said she wants to be on the show. I think you're a member of the Patreon, right?
Yes, I am.
Well,
yes.
Welcome. You're from the East Coast. Are you going to say where you're from? I don't know. Are we keeping that secret?
I'm from the DMV area. Yes.
The where?
DMV, Virginia.
Oh, okay. You call it
all over. You have Virginia, Maryland, and DC.
Okay. Well, very good. Well, thanks for joining us. How did you find us?
Well, when I was 17,
Oh my
I was
God.
I made a joke with one of my cousins. Hey, we might as well just get sugar daddies at some point. Like we're getting ready for college. And she was like, "You are crazy. That is not real." But in the back of my head, I was like, "I bet you it is." So I was searching up more like how to be more independent and get the right provider man for of your dreams in a relationship, how to attract that. And then I searched up on Spotify sugar daddies and sugar babies and like that sugar lifestyle. And your podcast came on.
Now,
And from then on,
17, you're in high school.
well, I was not the podcast when I searched that up, I was already 18.
Oh, okay.
I had just turned 18 when I searched the podcast and I was like, "Oh, this is interesting."
Mm-hmm.
So then right when I turned 18, discovered the podcast, I started hearing the websites and the search engines that we had seeking the sister of seeking the other website.
Yeah. What's your price, I think?
Yes, what's your price? Sugar
Yeah.
daddies.
Secret benefits. There's a few.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I signed up for a couple of them and it was an interesting search. When I figured out the podcast, I was like, yes, exactly what I was looking for. A lot of advice, good advice.
Man, okay, just take me back a little bit. I'm trying to think of when I was 17. I'm sitting there trying to figure out how I'm going to get into college, and I'm being kicked out of high school. Not kicked out of my parents quite yet, because I went to a college in my hometown. What were you doing?
Well, at 17, I am the eldest of my family, so I've always had that role of being more mature than I should be. I always have
Okay.
to be more mature than the rest. I always have to behave better than the rest. I was also in a lot of school programs that kept me in hand, making my skills better. I've never had friends that are my age, around my age gap. Never. It's always been older people. It's always been my instructors that I'm more friendly with, my teachers, or friends of my parents. So at 17, I'm pretty much like I've always had my life goals. I've always had it set up. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna graduate. I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna study this. I gotta find a job. I'm gonna make up my resume. I need to start working already so I can have money saved. I was babysitting. I was working at a state park, and I was just doing a lot of stuff, making sure I could add as much as possible to my resume. And I wasn't dating. I was always like the quiet person, especially coming from a different background. My main language was always Spanish. So I had issues with also being able to speak to others in English when I was like 13, 12.
When
So
did
then
you come to the U.S.?
I came to the US around 9, 10 years old
Okay. From where?
from Central America.
Yeah. What part?
Yes. Honduras.
Really? Okay. Well,
Mm-hmm.
the reason I
Yeah.
ask is my ex-wife was from El Salvador.
Oh, yes. Many
Yeah.
people would say, "Oh, you're from Mexico? You're from El Salvador?" I'm like, no, no, no. There's other countries.
Yeah, I
There's other
know. That's
countries.
why I asked what part.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I was always quiet. And if I had to describe myself, yeah, it would be I'm the quiet person. No one would dare to talk to me. It was very isolating. In school, I was quiet. At home, I was taking the role of my parents, being there to translate, interpret, take care of stuff in the house, pay bills, that kind of stuff.
So you didn't have a high school boyfriend?
No, I
You're
never
you're
dated anyone in
super
high school.
cute. You're very attractive. I'm finding that hard to believe. You got an absolutely gorgeous smile. I'm trying to
Thank you.
describe her for a lot of my listeners. It's funny because I've had a few shows and I'll have listeners reach out going, "Hey, can you get me in contact with this last guest?"
Well, actually, shout out to Seth. I know he just joined the Patreon and I said hi there. So
Really?
there's, yes. So he said that he's also in
Oh,
Virginia.
yeah, that's what I
So
said. I remember seeing this
mhm,
text messages back and forth that he was in the same part of
yes,
the country you are.
in the same state.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's cool.
Yeah, I've never dated anyone in high school just because I never wanted that drama of the high school boyfriend and hanging out. To me, it was always like, what is there to give me? What are they going to give me? time, maybe waste my time because I'm busy doing other stuff. I got stuff to do. No. Like if you can give me something that's valuable to me, or if you can hold a good conversation with me, then I don't think I should be dating you. That's just how it is.
Okay. All right.
So
So
yeah,
you
no.
you didn't really experience dating in school. What were your ideas that this was going to be all about? Did you sign up right when you were 18?
Yes, the night off.
Oh my God, that's so
I
nuts
was
to me.
on the clock. It was 11:50, and I was like, okay, let me pick my pictures. 12 hits. I'm making the profile, and then I get hit with that. Oh, we need to verify.
Okay.
So my ID. So I'm like, okay. So I went to sleep. I wake up, and it's a whole new world just open to me. I am scrolling through all the profiles, setting up my own profile, listening to the podcast, like what should I do? What should I not do? I made the mistake. So my first ever experience, there was this online sugar daddy. And now I know what an online sugar daddy is, usually a scam.
That's a scammer. Is what that is.
Send me a $7,000 check
Mm-hmm.
that I had to screenshot and then put into my bank. I do that and it actually comes into my bank. Now I have all this money. Then he starts saying, I have to pay the babysitter. I have to pay this, that, that. Can you please send it back to me? But not through the bank. I need you to use Cash App. So I was like, oh, okay. Now I know what this is. So I go ahead and call the bank, like report it. I'm like, I don't know what this is. I accidentally put the check in there.
I accidentally put a $7,000 check in the bank. Sorry.
Accidentally, I don't know. It was a stranger, and they're like, okay, thank you for reporting it. We'll have we'll have someone look into it.
I can't believe the bank actually credited that to your account quickly.
Well, actually, banks will credit a check, but they have a span of, I believe, 3 months to take that money back.
Mm.
So they let it in and they were just telling me don't spend it for at least a month and we're going to look into it. A month passed and the money was still there, so I just spent it. I got 7,000 and a mad who knows who on the screen saying you need to return the money back, and I was like, I reported it.
Wait a minute. Okay. So this check come to you through mail, or how did you get this check physically?
The check was sent to me on an email.
And you were able to deposit that into your bank?
Yes. You know how you can take a picture of the checks?
Right. I do that all the time. Yeah.
It went through. And I never, to this day, it's been now 2 years. I mean, a year. And I have not been called back by the bank. Hey, these 7,000s were fake. But the bank, when I check the check now, it is a fake bank. That bank does not exist. But I guess they were just money laundering or doing something. They wanted the money back. And I was like,
the money stayed in your account for a long time, and then you're just like, well, fuck it, I'm just going to spend it then.
Yes. I bought stuff for my parents, my house, my siblings, put them into programs. I had all this. I was like,
Wow, you got very fortunate. A lot of people, the banks would come back to them and go, hey, I know you spent this money, but we need it back. But that never happened to you, huh?
It hasn't happened to this day. Knock on wood. Knock on wood that it won't happen.
I know. Listeners, don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home, yes.
This is a one-off case. I've never really heard of it not getting caught. But apparently yours slipped through the cracks and maybe the bank just ate it. I can't believe they did that, but I can guarantee you when the bank sent that check to get the money that they had put into your account, it came back, it bounced. Promise you. But maybe it just got lost in the paperwork. I don't know.
Well, that money has already been spent.
Okay, well, if anything changes, I definitely want an update on that. I think you just got super lucky. So I'm sure this guy was hounding you to get a lot of that money back, right?
Yes, I got a call and I answered the call and I was like, well, listen, I already reported it to the authorities. So good luck and bye. And I blocked them, and I
Yeah.
never heard from
Never
them
heard
again.
from him again. Did he have your address or anything?
No, 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 no.
Yeah,
I've always
okay.
been very, very private with my stuff. So
Okay,
no.
good, good. So that was one of your first experiences?
Yes,
Oh
that
my
was the
gosh.
first one.
Yeah. Oh, I know the scammers really prey on the new profiles and the young ones, because they're thinking that most of them don't know any better, and
Yes,
there you go. So if
and they're
you're,
young. They don't have any experience.
yeah. So if you're newly to these websites or you're new to sugar dating, just expect scammers to target you because they think that they can pull the wool over your eyes quicker than anybody else. The ones that have been on there a while have seen it, and they're like, okay, no, this is bullshit. I'm not falling into this
Yes.
trap. All right,
That's why
so
many of the young people also don't get a lot of opportunities offered
yeah,
because scammers use young profiles.
yeah.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
Texting terms at unlock.com/SMS. Privacy policy at unlock.com/privacy-policy. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How'd you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Text EQUITY to 865-865 to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Text EQUITY to 865-865. Text the word EQUITY to 865-865. Text EQUITY to 865-865 now.
All right, so let's get on to some more realistic stuff. What did you think, or what did you even expect was going to happen when you signed up? What were you expecting?
I was expecting to meet older men, that were mature enough to have a conversation with me of the topics that I liked, like politics, economics, the latest news, topics of articles, like the stuff that I will read and do, and the kind of hobbies that I would like to do, like take me to a nice dinner, take me out shopping to this nice store that I like, or let's do, like, to have nice experiences. I wanted to go on dates that were more than just take me to the fast food or let's go walk at the park. Like, if I'm in a relationship, to me that might mean a lot. But if I'm just, that's not the kind of person that I want next to me. So I wanted to meet someone that was obviously mature, so an older man. I've always been attracted to older men, just in general, their physique, the way they handle themselves. Also, the fact that they have more experience with how to treat a woman, and they have already built up their career and everything in their life.
Do you have a limit? You have an age limit?
I would say probably now. I would say probably 26.
26?
Yes.
That's the top of your range. What if a 35-year-old who's very successful and offers you $8,000 a month comes into your DMs? What are you saying?
I'm saying the limit that I will not date under 26. That's what
You're under.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
not under 26.
Okay.
When it goes to age, I have met people that are over 70 and they look great. They're very interesting people. They're amazing. So I wouldn't really put an age limit. If anything, I would say maybe 80.
Okay. So basically you're just saying
maybe.
anybody over 26, 28. Yeah.
Just anyone over 26.
Yeah. So you don't really have a cap on your age.
No, not
Okay.
really.
So like some girls, they don't want to date a guy that's in their 60s or 70s because maybe it reminds them of their grandfather. I know Lily had that issue where, she didn't really have an age limit, but if the person reminded her of a fatherly figure or a grandfather type figure, she just couldn't get into them. She just wasn't attracted to him in a sexual way. Now, she remained friends with a lot of them, but she didn't really want to go do anything past that. So what's your thoughts on having sex with these guys? Because obviously that's going to be a part of it.
Yeah. Well, it's never been an issue for me. I would say it really depends a lot on how you treat me at the beginning, how you welcome yourself to me, the introduction part. If I feel like something is off, if I don't like it, I'm going to be very straightforward and be like, hey, I met you. I know this was a deal, but at this moment, no, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But when I meet the right person, I'll say I'm down to anything. I'm pretty much of I'm gonna try everything at least once person. So sexually, I've done pretty much a lot of stuff that I would say people my age haven't done.
Really?
And
Well, let me ask you this. You didn't have a boyfriend in high school. When did you lose
yes,
your virginity?
I think I was 13.
13.
Yes,
Okay.
one of my neighbors.
Your neighbor?
Yes.
And I had a girl on a couple weeks ago, and she said she lost it at 11. I was like, wait a minute. That's a little too
Oh yes,
young.
I heard that. I
Oh,
heard that episode. Yes.
right. When I dived in a little further, she got a little beat red, so I had to bail on that one. But
Yes.
I was just curious because I think I ended up losing mine like at 15 or so. But, in late junior high and high school, the kids start getting real curious. But I lost mine to a girlfriend. So we were actually dating in high school.
No, to me it was more of, hey, you want to do this? And I was
Yeah.
like, do what? Like I didn't have any curiosity on that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like more like, listen, let's do this, let's do that, touch it here, touch it there, and then it happened.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still friends with that neighbor, so
Okay.
it's a nice friendship. We left that in the past, but
Now, was he
I
older?
no, we were pretty much the same age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you're fine with the sexual part, but it definitely sounds like you're looking for more than just that from a guy.
Yes.
A relationship type experience. Yeah.
Yes, well, to me, it has always been of the arrangements, like not just you're gonna text me, let's meet here tonight for a one night stand, and I'll pay you this and bye.
Mm-hmm.
I always like it to be more of, hey, let's get to know each other. Let's go, let's meet, let's have a ppm, let's talk, see what you want, what I want, and if we end up matching and our things align, then let's get it going. Let's get started.
So give me a
I
range. What's a good PPM for you? Or an average, you'd say?
An average ppm. Well, I haven't done them in the past just because I just got out of a long term relationship with my SD, my previous SD. But the one that I was charging when I was 18 was 800 ppm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you working are you working or going to school?
I work.
Your work.
Yes.
Okay. So you don't feel desperate for money. You just like this direction.
Yes.
This style of dating.
When I started, yes, I was not desperate, but I was looking to save up for college because I did go to college, but then I dropped off for a minute just so that I could financially stabilize myself and then get back into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's why I got into so many different paths with the SDs that I was seeing then. But now I have my own job. I am pretty stable. I have all the things that I have is because I work for them. And I would say that the reason for which I just want to keep on the lifestyle is because you meet some great people. You meet some amazing, very well educated, professional men that can really, I would say, carry themselves around a woman and know what a woman wants. Instead of, oh, yeah, I am in my parents' house and I don't even have a job yet, but yeah, I want a girlfriend just so that I can have sex with her. That's just not not for me.
Gotcha.
And I also like the experiences. Like I feel like with a sugar daddy or a older man, you just get more experiences. You get more of everything. They treat you better depending on how the person is. They also are more set, like, this is what I want, and they know what they want. And my end goal is to maybe one day end up meeting my future husband in this. So
Yeah, it
you just
happens.
never know. You never know.
Well, you told me before we hit the record button, it's not always rainbows and roses. You met somebody and it turned into a serious relationship, but it went toxic. So tell us a little bit about how that happened.
Yes. Well, 3 months after I began the sugar dating, I agreed to meet with this guy who actually had lied to me about his profile picture. The minute that I was heading there, he was like, "Hey, listen, I gotta tell you something. That's actually not me. I'm not 30, I am 45." So I was like, "Oh, okay. Let's see who you really are then." So he sends me a picture and he was pretty good looking still. I was like, I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
good still.
fine
Let's
with
meet
it.
up.
Mm-hmm.
So we meet up and then it was from then on we just clicked. I would say like that person to me was like my soulmate. Since that moment forward, we never stopped talking, not a single day.
So you felt
We,
this instant chemistry with him.
yes,
Just
yes.
curious, you being 18, it's not like you're meeting for a drink. Where did you meet him?
We met at a Starbucks.
Okay, you met him for a coffee then.
Yes, and I didn't even drink coffee. I was having this whole debate on my way there while I was texting him. Listen, I'm meeting you here just because it's a public space, but I don't even drink coffee. And I don't like people that drink coffee. Like at that moment, I was like, caffeine is bad. Any kind of addiction that you have is bad. Water addiction is bad. Anything is bad. A lot of everything is bad. So that was like a joking session that we had heading there. And when we
Mm-hmm.
were there, he was drinking his coffee and he got up and dumped it. He was like, "No, I know I can't drink it in front of you." I was like, "No." So it was like that moment right there. I guess something like about that moment just, it was very sweet to me that he was taking in consideration what I had just said and that he knew that that was going to make me uncomfortable right there and then.
Okay.
And he was dealing with a lot of stuff. His ex was living in his house and his ex family was living in his house.
What, ex-wife, girlfriend? What?
Girlfriend just
Okay.
got out of a marriage, went to a girlfriend, and now that there were problems with the girlfriend, was going into sugar dating.
Mm.
So my rule has always was always don't start emotions or a chemistry with your sugar daddies. Just because you never know where it might lead. Maybe they just want a little band-aid to their previous relationship, or they're not seeking something serious, which I mean, fine. Maybe you and I will meet and we're not seeking something serious. That's okay. But my rule was always to not get emotionally attached. And with this particular man, I did become attached to him very easily. We agreed from then on that we would just do exclusive sugar dating. So just me and him and I. And he was a beginner, so it was his first time. He was a first time sugar daddy.
So he told you.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know the ending
Eh,
of the story, so I'm just
yes,
saying.
yes. To make the story not too long, we started seeing each other. We agreed on meeting each other at least 3 times a month. However, that completely went down after the first week because we just wanted to see each other at least 4 times a week.
Now, did he have you on an allowance or how did?
Yes, we were
Okay.
doing an allowance, but the allowance stayed the same. However, he was giving me all these new experiences and taking me places and all these things. So I didn't feel like I wanted the allowance to go up. But because I didn't ask for the allowance to go up, I broke that let's be exclusive agreement. And I started seeing other sugar daddies on the side that he
You
was not aware
did.
of.
Oh.
So that's where I messed up very, very badly. And then 3 months later, of us meeting and being the sugar dating arrangement, he asked me to be his girlfriend. So I said yes, because It was like, to me, the other men that I was seeing were just an arrangement. They were giving me an allowance and I was taking it, and no emotions were attached. I was not going on dates with these other men. I was just meeting them, PPM or allowance, and go. And with this specific man, it was different. We were meeting, we will go on dates, hang out, talk about life, and have deep conversations.
Mm-hmm.
So then I become his girlfriend. So I completely shut off everything and everyone that I was seeing. And I devoted everything of mine to him, which was horribly bad because now I realize that I have an anxious attachment style that now I have to work on, that I'm working on.
You're listening.
Texting terms at unlock.com/SMS. Privacy policy at unlock.com/privacy-policy. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How'd you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Text EQUITY to 865-865 to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Text EQUITY to 865-865. Text the word EQUITY to 865-865. Text EQUITY to 865-865 now.
Listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
So we're dating and I leave for college. So I start telling him, are you going to leave me? Because I'm moving to college 2 hours down the road. Like, do you feel like this is not going to work? And also, you have your ex still in your house. What is there to tell me and guarantee me that you're not just sleeping with her? You know? And in the end, he was like, no, here, I'm going to kick her off immediately. So he does. When I was in college, I would travel 2 hours to come see him, and he'll travel 2 hours or even a week at a hotel nearby to go see me.
Okay.
The financial side of it, I would say, faded away. He will still support me here and there, like, my tuition is due, or money for this or that, little things. But it became like more vanilla, not that it was bad to me, because that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted a older man that would provide for me. But that, I feel like there was a part of it that still felt a little like an arrangement, where he was giving me something and I will give him something in return.
Mm-hmm.
So we dated, and then I made it clear to him, where are we heading? Do you just want to date me for the fun of it, like you're dating a younger woman? Or do you actually want to marry? Because I'm not going to spend my time being with someone that does not know what they want.
The old DTR moment. You know what that is?
No, what is that?
Define the relationship. Everybody ends up coming to this point when people are dating and they're like, what are we? Where are we going with this? We need to figure this out. Because I had that kind of moment too with Madison, my 2.5-year sugar baby. We kind of came girlfriend, boyfriend type. And then, I'm just having fun. I'm enjoying it. And then finally she looks at me, she goes, what are we? Where are we going? Are we going to get married? What are we doing? It's the old define the relationship moment. And it catches guys off guard a lot of times too.
Well, he had said in the past, like, I'm going to marry you. So
Okay.
that little seed was already planted.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, you actually want to marry or do you not? Do you see me just like, let's keep seeing each other, figuring out, or what's going on? I need to know. So he was like, no, I'm going to marry you. I was like, great. Exactly what I want. I want to be married. I want to.
You're 18
sit down.
at this point, right?
Yes, I'm still 18.
You're still 18? Oh, I mean, okay.
No, I like during this
During
moment,
that, yeah.
during that time, yes, I was 18.
Wow.
So here I was, an 18-year-old with a 45-year-old talking about getting married. I We started talking about introducing ourselves to our families. I tell my mother, and my mother looked at me and she was like, I expected everything from you, Lauren, but not this.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm not gonna date a nobody. And this man is not a nobody. He is someone. And I admire a lot of the stuff that he does. He helps me and provides for me when I need it. And he shows me that he loves me in every single way. And there's not a single flaw in this man.
What did he do for a living?
He worked in finance from home.
Okay.
Yes. So he had a pretty good background.
6'5",
He had,
blue eyes? How tall is he?
yes.
Finance.
Yes. So exactly my type.
All right.
And then I told my mom, and she didn't believe me. She thought I was joking. Then I told her we're dating, and she stayed quiet still. And then I introduced him to them. And they liked him. They were like, okay, we see that he treats you nicely. We see that you guys definitely love each other. It shows in the way that you guys behave around one another. And then he introduced me to his family later on, but only his mom. And his mom was very sweet, very kind, a nice lady. She was like, oh, let's hang out sometime, or let's go do this, let's go do that. To his siblings, however, I did not meet them until like after we got engaged.
You got engaged?
We got engaged, and I met the siblings there.
Wow, so this thing really did turn serious.
Yes. So then on January this year, I moved in with him because I dropped out of college to find a job and stabilize myself more financially. So I move in with him, and we're talking. All right, we're gonna get married. Let's move in together so that we know what we're working with. We move in. Everything is roses. Like everything is perfect. We're here talking. Like, how come we never knew each other? Like, are you sure
That's
you
because
did not?
when he was in college, you were barely even a speck in your parents' eyes.
When I was born, he was 21.
Yeah.
So we're here like, this is amazing that we get to like the way that we are and our age gap and how we don't even see our age gap. Like it's perfect. It was perfect. And so to that point, there's not a single flaw, nothing happens. But on September of last year, he found out that I was not truthful when he asked me later in the relationship, were you seeing other men when you were my sugar baby? And I said no. And he pulled out the screenshots that he had taken. And I was like, okay, I lied. But he told me, okay, that's fine. But why didn't you trust and believe in me? Like, I thought I made you feel safe. I was like, yes, but I never knew you would still stay if I said that. And to me, that's just like my past. And then he did say something that was like true, which is the fact that past included him already.
Mm.
So he found that out. Then we stayed together after September. But there was that little seed on him now of she might still be doing the same thing, just hiding it better. And I was not. And then he started becoming a little manipulative, which I didn't consider any manipulation then.
Mm-hmm.
Like asking for my live location, where I am, who I'm with. Send me a video of you right now. What does this random number, why are they calling you? Or why did you search this address back in August? And you can't tell me what it is right now.
Yeah.
And going through my Google search Maps history, or what is your mileage? Says that you went to work, but it shows that you are 2 miles over the mile that is at work.
Damn.
So I was always like, Here, let me explain it to you. Let me just explain it because I don't want you to be wondering. And I'm not doing anything. And the person that hides nothing fears nothing. So then fast forward to recently, we come back from a trip to see his friends who love me, and we're talking about the wedding. We got engaged before the whole breakdown and the fallout of everything. It was like 2 months. 2 months before that, we got engaged. So the news were running around. We're telling our family. We're arranging the marriage. We're planning to get married soon, like 2 months. Just because we wanted to do it super intimate and then have like a big party later down the line.
Mm-hmm.
So we go out to South Carolina and we meet his friends and we're there and we're having fun. And then a watch that he gave me falls out of my pocket and breaks. And to him, this was the fall of it all. To him, this was a sign from God that our entire relationship was over.
What?
And we come home, and I am still like loving, caring, like I devoted myself to this man now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm devoted to this guy. And then I get a call from my mom asking, is everything okay? I feel like something bad's gonna happen between you and him. Is there anything bad happening? And I was like, Mom, what are you talking about? No, there's nothing bad. He is being loving to me. I'm being loving to him. What's going on? Why is
Oh,
everyone
a
telling me this?
mother's intuition, huh?
Why is there something going on?
Yeah.
2 days after that, I get a lot of spam calls, random phone numbers. And I sent him a screenshot of my call log. Like, look at this. Look at all these spam calls. Like, I'm changing my phone. This is it. I'm not going to keep getting spam calls and all these numbers that I don't know. So to him, that was it. It broke him. It pulled out the seed and everything that he was holding in. And he was like, you know what? I need you out of my house. And you are a slut. You are this. You are that. I hate you. I don't want you here. You have been lying to me. You're still seeing other men. You're still being a sugar baby after we got engaged. And I was just holding in the tears like, what is going on?
Mm-hmm.
This perfect man that everyone knows as calm and stoic doesn't get mad of anything. Not even his kids. Like, his kids love me. I met them. And his kids saw me like as a not a parent figure, but I would say that they knew that I was there for them if anything were to happen. And I was always kind to them. I was always loving to them. And the previous partner that he had before me hated them, didn't like them. So I was always very like, bring your kids over. Let's spend time with your kids. You have to spend time with your kids. Your kids are getting older. You need to be with them. Because I've always been a more like a family oriented person. So it's like, you need to be with your kids. You need to spend time with your parents too. But right at that moment, he changed. This guy was not the person that I met, was not the person that I went on that trip to South Carolina with. It was like someone took a hold of him. I don't know if it was a mental breakdown, but at least I know that I couldn't even react. I was not mad. I was just destroyed. Because now the man that I was going to marry in a couple weeks was telling me that I was a slut, that I was a whore, that I was all these horrible things. Like, fuck you, you're a liar, you're a clown. And I packed my stuff and left.
Wow.
I packed my stuff and left to my parents' house after the year and a couple months that we spent together and like the whole marriage thing.
And that was it? No reconciliation or anything?
Well, the whole mess happened like about, I would say now 2 months ago.
Oh, it's still fairly recent.
I told him for, what was it, January. I was like, I'm going to go on the interview for Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. he was like, "What? No, you shouldn't do that. Like, do you actually want to hang out with that kind of people?" And I was like, "Well, that's the kind of people that have the same lifestyle that I did in the past. And although I'm not doing that, I feel like advice is always necessary from every little person. It's always a different point of view."
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "No, don't do it." So I didn't do it. But now that I'm out of it, I'm like, well, who are you to tell me what to do? And if I feel like I want to throw my story out there, I'm going to do it. And just because I feel like it was very eye-opening to me, and it could be to a lot of people, where you feel like this person is the perfect picture that they pretend to be the best person in the world, but they're not. Like the mask will come off anytime. And I don't feel like everyone is like that, because I am not. I've met people that are not like that. Like, people are very like, "Hey, I'm mad. I'm gonna tell you that I'm mad. I'm not gonna compress all these emotions inside of me."
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
For full details, including terms and conditions, visit unlock.com/legal. Call 1-888-780-6854 to speak with a representative today. Actor Portrayal. Terms and conditions apply. Not available in all states.
Hey, homeowners, can I get a minute of your time? If you need cash but don't want another loan, I've got the perfect solution. You can access up to $500,000 of your home's equity without monthly payments or interest ever with Unlock. This isn't a loan. It's a home equity agreement. With Unlock, you may qualify for cash today in exchange for a share of your home's future value. No debt, no extra bills, just financial flexibility on your terms. Use the money however you want. Home improvements, paying off debt, investing, or boosting your retirement savings. Unlike HELOCs, home equity loans, or cash out refis, there are no monthly payments. No stress. You've built this equity. Now it's time to use it. Go to unlock.com for more information.
Don't wait. Call 888-780-6854 to unlock the equity in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Call 888-780-6854. 888-780-6854 or visit unlock.com. That's unlock.com for more information.
Now, like, after the whole thing of him telling me stuff, like, I stayed quiet. I didn't argue back. I put my entire ego and my entire self down the ground, and I was begging, like, "Don't go. Like, what's going on? Let's work this out. If you want to be with me as much as I want to be with you, we will work this out. You know, a marriage is not just flowers all the time, although it should be, but it's also the disagreements. Like, let's work this through. What's going on?"
All right, let me ask you this. If he messaged you and wants to see you and try it again, are you open to it?
Definitely not.
No?
No, just because it's now been like this time, and to him, the last thing that he texted me was, "I forgive you, love."
So you think that him finding out about you seeing these other men, he just could not get past it? You think that was the whole thing, or is there other
Yes.
things?
I am 100% sure that was the whole thing. He never got past it. And although I paid for counseling and let's get therapy and let's do this, let's do that, I always felt like there was a little part of him that was not fully committed to it. Although he told me, "I am committed, I just need time." But how are you going to treat the person that you love and say that you care like that, and then forgive them? Forgive me for what? What are you forgiving me for? You told me all these horrible things, and you're not mature enough to recognize it and say, "Hey, I made a big mistake. I shouldn't have said that to you. I shouldn't have belittled you that way."
Well, time does a funny thing in relationships, so I wouldn't be surprised here in a few months if he doesn't reach out and wants to try to
Yeah,
but
maybe.
You know, I can definitely see where he was hurt. I've been hurt. I've hurt people. I can definitely see that. But at our age now, I mean, we know sometimes, we know everybody's making mistakes, and different things happen at different times that maybe, you know, circumstances just, you know, like I'll give you an example. I'm stumbling here, but for instance, when I was seeing Madison, our big breakup was very similar. She found out that a year earlier that I had taken this girl to Vegas. Well, Madison and I were not exclusive, but Madison and I were going through something at the time, and she didn't know that I was seeing other girls. She was actually moving into one of my rental houses, and she was remodeling it, and here I am in Vegas with this other girl. When she found that out, it really hurt her because she's sitting there busting her ass remodeling this house, and I'm not helping her. I'm with another girl in Vegas.
Yes.
Even though we were not exclusive, it hurt her so bad that it ended the relationship, and we were never able to recover from that. And again, like you, we were talking marriage. We were talking about getting married. So when that rug was pulled out from underneath me, it hurt. I'd met her kids, and I'd loved her kids, and we got along well, and I started seeing my future with her. And then all of a sudden it ended just like that. And it was very devastating. It was hard on me. I'm sure it was hard on her. Now she went through the process a little different way. And I learned through YouTube why the process was different for her than it was for me. But in the end, after she did some things after we broke up, she ended up calling. She ended up texting me, and we ended up going out on a couple more dates. We didn't decide to go any further than that, but we did kind of see each other to see if there was anything. And by that time I had moved on, and I'd become a better person, and I'd learned so much. So I don't know if the same thing's going to happen for you, but I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of takes the same path.
To me, it's like, I wouldn't be able to believe him anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am 19, and yet I am still capable of taking accountability for what I did.
Yeah.
I understand, I clearly see I lied to this man in the past, and I was not truthful at that moment. But from that moment forward, instead of moving on or working on it right at that second and that time, he kept it growing inside and didn't ask for help. And even to this moment, not asking for help, not apologizing for what was done. And I'm like, okay, well, everyone around me is like, well, a man that age is not gonna change. And I'm here being positive, like, if you really love someone and you care for them, you will change. You will not change for them, but you will change for your own self, because you can understand that there's something going on. And I also have a video of myself before I started dating him, where I was going to send it to him saying, I love you and I want to be with you for the rest of my life. But it's the fact that you got out of your marriage and then went to this other woman, and then from that woman to me, and then now with me. If something happens, you're just going to run to another woman. You like to put band-aids on little things and then rip them all out.
Well, it sounds like he's got a lot of emotional things that he needs to learn and develop. It just sounds like they're just not there yet.
Yeah, well, we all do, like,
oh yeah,
me, myself, I am now realizing a whole bunch of stuff about myself that I didn't know either.
Yeah, and you'll become stronger for it, and you'll become better.
Yes,
and the next,
definitely.
the next guy you're with that you fall in love with will be the beneficiary of that growth that you're going to see through this process. What's the life like now for Lauren as we're wrapping up? Are you dating again? Where are you at?
Well, after the whole month of crash down and almost quitting my job, I moved out of my parents. I rent my own place now. Still have my great job. I love it. I love what I do. And I just focus on myself pretty much. I wake up at 3 a.m. one day and I'm like, I'm going to Virginia Beach. I'm going to go on a hike. I'm going to go get lost in the mountains. And I do that without having to care like kids, and having to care for kids, or, let my partner know I'm leaving. Like, if I'm in a relationship, I will do that just because I know, like, I'll be worried if my partner just disappears. But now that it's not that way, I'm pretty much just like, I would say myself, like, freedom of doing whatever I want, whenever I want. Whereas in the past, that was not the case, because it was always just staying at home, doing things that I enjoyed, but if I offer something outdoors, it'll be like, no, I don't want to do that. So I'm like, huh. Like before this podcast, I went on a 3 a.m. hike. So I just got back.
Wow.
I drove 5 hours to go on that hike. So it was definitely amazing.
Look at
Met some
you.
amazing people there. And yeah, getting back into the sugar dating, probably. Just because with the previous sugar daddies that I had, I would say that I went on some amazing experiences. Some of them took me on a boat. With others, I went on nice restaurants. And it's just getting to know them. Getting to know other people in this lifestyle has always been like it's been very, very interesting to me all the time. And I just feel like I get to be who I really am when I am with someone that's older.
Well, good.
Whereas when I meet people my age or my friends from high school,
Yeah.
I am like, okay, I gotta pretend now. I guess I have to be 19. But then it's like a freedom. I get to do whatever I want. And yeah, if he comes back, I don't think anything's gonna flourish out from that. There will be a lot of work that needs to be done, but as of now, definitely just doing my own thing.
I really feel like you're in the right mindset to be successful in this style of dating, and you're approaching it in the right manner. So
Yeah,
just
no
have
longer
fun.
in the meat.
Yeah, meet people, go on exciting dates, experience life. You're 19. Don't rush into anything. Let it happen.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think you're going to have a lot of great stories and a lot of great success. So are you coming to Sugarpalooza 7?
Yes, I am.
You are? All right.
I did not go to the previous ones. I wanted to see Shakira so badly.
Yeah.
But
She
I
was
definitely
amazing.
will be. I will be on Sugarpalooza 7, so I'll be looking out for that. Already
Okay.
booked my days off work. So
All right. Well, I definitely will accept your application once we get those open. So we appreciate you coming on the show and sharing your story. And we want to have you back. I know we got really into one story, and it sounds like you're going to have
Yes.
quite a few more as life goes on. And sure enjoyed talking to you.
Well, I enjoyed talking with you too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, if you guys want to share your crazy sugar dating stories like Lauren just did and more, you can go to our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com, reach us there. Instagram. Do you follow us on Instagram?
No, but I will.
You better. Yeah, follow us there. You can message me there also. Lily gets those messages too, so she sees those. And yeah, we'd always love a follow. And then, of course, our Patreon group. Lauren's a member. We really appreciate the support of the show there, and lots of great things we're posting there all the time. So become a part of the family like all the others. So we really would appreciate it. Okay, well, look for the party tab coming soon. Lauren, I expect to see your application as soon as I put that up, okay?
Yes, you will.
All right. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.
Head to Safeway this week for these amazing deals for members. Mix and match 1 pound strawberries, a pint of blueberries, or 6 ounces of raspberries or blackberries for just $2.99 each when you buy 3. Exclusive digital deal on USDA Choice Boneless Beef Chuck Steak Value Pack or Roast Mega Pack, just $5.97 per pound. Limit 2 packages. Visit Safeway.com for more details. See you in the aisles.